What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you're watching this from. Today we have another PVU video, and unfortunately it seems like it's a little bit more bad news. They gave us two new announcements on the Discord, and to me both of those announcements were just completely bad news for the economy of the game, for the future of the game, and I'm going to go into all that analysis and everything as soon as we start the video. But before we start, I just want to say thank you to everyone for the support on the channel. We are a new NFT channel. I've been in NFTs for a while, as you guys know, and the support has been incredible. I've read through all of your comments, including the good and bad feedback. I love to hear it all. That way we can continue to make this channel better every single time. If you're wondering why I haven't put out any videos, I went on a small vacation. I got back and I was really sick, so I could not actually record a video without coughing throughout the whole thing. So I just figured, you know what, I'm gonna wait, give them the quality that they deserve. And right before we start, the last thing I ask, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment at the end what you liked, what you didn't like, your opinions on the video, because I always like to see your feedback, and also what you want to see in the future. But let's not waste any more time. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit shorter than usual. We have some, I think, 3 or 4 points to cover, but let's get right into it. All right, guys, now it's time to actually get into it, the not so pretty part, the not so fun part. But here we are. We're in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord and you are in the PVU game, please make yourself a Discord and go in there, because that's how you get all the notifications, the announcements, and all of that as quick as possible. All the real good and bad information that you need to make the best decisions is here, or Telegram. I'm not really a fan of Telegram. I'm a Discord user. I'm always on PC, but that's irrelevant. Let's get into the two announcements that they gave us. First one on the 11th, okay? And then they gave us another one yesterday as well. On the 11th, they said adding seeds costs 20 to 40 BNB per day. So we will try to sell some PVU from the market fee without notification here. We're selling as little as possible. Market fee has reached 400,000 PVU October so far. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. We're going to start taking out more money, right? This is the first big point, and there's two things to realize here when you're analyzing. When you just read this, it is very important that you actually take every message and you put it into the economy, what's been going on, and why it's going to work or not work. First off, something that triggered a little thought in my head is, why are you announcing this now? There has been seeds in the game since day one. You have had to take out money since day one. Why are you making an announcement saying 20 to 40, which is a huge gap? It's double. Whether 20 or 40 is a very big number. They're giving themselves way too much leeway. You should have a lot better estimate, in my opinion, but that's besides the fact. And then they continue and say, this is really big here, and I really don't like it. From the PVU market without notification here. We know that previously, if we scroll up, they always allow us to know when they're taking money out, why they're taking it out, and all of that. Now they're switching over to the point where we're not even going to tell you when. And to me, that just seems a little bit sketchy. I don't know if they think it's better for the economy, but what I gather from that is, before, people knew, okay, they're going to take this amount out, which means that today I should probably sell off a little bit, but that just instills fear and panic. And that is the two worst things that you can have in the NFT market, whether it is in gaming or in art. We always know that panic and fear causes a lot of selling. It causes a lot of cheap selling and people just wanting to get out and get as much money as possible. So by them hiding this, it only causes more panic in an economy that's already been in panic for a couple of weeks, right? I don't understand why they're doing this now, but I don't like it at all. I think this is a lot more of an expense than they're giving off. I think the seeds have been going out for a very long time and they have not cost this much money. So there's something else behind this. Other than that, they give us another thing. The reward 6 of World Tree Quest is going to change from 4 saplings to 2 sunboxes, effective October 15th. Let me read that one more time so that you guys understand. We went over in the previous video how there's too many rewards going on, right? There's way too many rewards going on, and that they should probably stop the world tree, or at least stop giving saplings in the world tree. And yes, they're stopping giving 4 saplings in reward 4. But what are they changing it to? Sunboxes. Sunboxes give you items that you would generally have to spend LE to buy, right? The scarecrows, the water, anything that's within that part of the economy, which causes you to actually hold LE, which causes you not to take the LE out and then sell your PVU. Now they're taking away saplings and giving you all of these possible items, which on top can give you a seed, which on top they just announced that they will be taking out money from PVU to fund the seeds. This will only increase the amount of seeds. And it just makes no sense to me. I'm going to show you guys the Poo coin and we're going to go into the marketplace and everything. But what seemed like such a minor announcement, when you put it into terms and analyze it, it is so bad for the game. The one thing that we're trying to do right now is stop people from taking out LE and transferring it to PVU and then selling off so that the chart can actually rise or stabilize. And now they're giving us more reason to not need LE, which means that we're going to be able to take out more LE, PVU, sell off, and it shows in the charts. Let's get into the chart here. I have it already set up for you guys. This is the chart. At one point, I thought PVU was going to stabilize at around 3, but after these announcements, you see the major drop off. And it's only going to get worse every single week. And as you see, just on cue, it continues to go down a little bit more. It is now at 2.5. I genuinely believe this will hit sub $1 before the Farm 3.0 update, and I'm going to explain why now. Every week, as we know, LE increases the conversion rate 10%. Right now, I believe we're sitting at 600, and by the time Farm 3.0 comes out, we will be sitting at over 1,000 LE per PVU. Every single PVU will cost more than 1,000 LE by December. Which means every week people are incentivized to continue to convert their LE to now change it to PVU. But before then, people weren't incentivized to do that every single week if they could accumulate as much as possible to only do one conversion. The announcement, though, by saying every week we are now selling or buying, whatever you want to put it, 20 to 40 BNB worth of PVU for seeds at an unknown rate, at an undisclosed date as well. What does that mean for people? It means as soon as you can, sell, because you never know when the next drop off of 20 to 40 BNB is going to be from PVU. Before, if you knew, okay, look, I'll take this hit on Friday, but I'm going to be okay. Now you don't know if it's 20, you don't know if it's 40, you don't know if next week they're going to come back at you and say, you know what, we actually need 60 because we now implemented the sun boxes and they're giving out more seeds. You never really know with them anymore, and that's going to cause a major drop off every single week. And it used to be a little bit more stable, right? You get a little bit of a rise throughout the week. You get a dump at the end of the week before the conversion changes. Now you don't have that time where it's just going to stabilize, go up little by little so that the drop off doesn't feel that bad. Because whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, whenever your plants are done and you can harvest, you're not going to take the risk that you're going to wait till PVU is now going to sell off their BNB and then you're going to sell at an even more discounted rate, which means sell-offs at a major rate every single day, right? And that is just one point. Now, we transition over to point number 2. Point number 2 being, as we move on and every 10% scales up further, the people that don't really want to sell their PVU but have maybe lands and they're trying to fill their lands, or they have the small little ones but they only have 2 to 3, they're going to convert to seeds. And there's more incentive to convert to seeds every time. And as we know, every seed is a cost to them. So as weeks go on, I do expect to see PVU give us more announcements that we're shifting from 20 to 40 a week that they're taking out to 30 to 60 to 40 to 80, whatever it may be, because every week there's more incentive to actually take out your seeds. Long term, this is the worst play they could have done. If you're already taking out 20 to 40 a week, and you're not going to announce when you're going to do it now, there was no point in that announcement. You've been doing it since the game started. You just confirmed to us that you're going to take out even more, but you're still not going to tell us anything. So what was the point of that? You instilled fear and panic, as they always do in their fans, their players, and in their community in general. And I do believe this is going to be a major drop off. Now, that is just one date. That is just one reason why I believe that this is going to hit sub $1. But there is a whole nother playing field, and I'm going to show you that with the market right now. Let me bring up the PVU market. Here we are in the PVU market. The plants are selling for 7 PVU. Okay, why are they selling for 7 PVU? Because of this number right here. This is the biggest mistake they made. When they put out the world tree, they gave us a lot of new plants into the system. It hit at one point around 14,000 plants that were for sale. After that, there was a big sell-off. It dropped all the way to, I believe, 4,000. But with the increase every week of 10%, people are getting more and more seeds. It is not as valuable to actually convert into PVU. So they're just going to keep on rising this number, which means plants are going to get devalued every single time. People are going to stop investing into the game. Why would you buy another plant if the plant is not going to be valued at anything else? Before then, you knew that there was a possible supply shock. Not as many seeds were coming in and out of the game. People were just holding their PVU. Then they were selling off in big amounts to recover their ROI. Obviously, now every single week, it's going to be more and more at a faster rate, which means you will never get a higher value for your plant than you originally paid for it. Originally, when I joined the game, I bought a plant at around 60. I was able to sell off at about 120 because at the end of the day, these are still NFTs. NFTs are meant to flip. It is what it is. You're playing the game, but if you can always flip and double up and then recover your investment another way, you're going to do that. You just took out one full way of not only recovering your investment, but of people making money off an NFT. A lot of people still see this as just a game, but every single plant is not a character in the game. It is your NFT. It belongs to you. And if you're guaranteed to sell at a loss, why are people going to still invest in the game? Which means a lot less newcomers. This analysis combined with the previous one only tells me that not only are plants going to get devalued at a faster rate because of the increase of seeds and the increase in sell-off, but it's going to come to a point where the chart is currently like this. It was like this. Now it's kind of like this on new entries into the game to a start of a descent, right? And when you start descending the new people coming into the game, that means less people need plants. And when less people need plants, there's an accumulation in the market. There's an oversupply of plants and way too little buyers. That's never going to be met, which means these plants will probably by December not break the 4 to 5 PVU mark at most. And then we reach the final point. The final point is the plant clone. This is very important if you're still in the game. I don't want this to be, I really don't want this to be a full bad news channel, and it's not going to be because I have some great games that we're going to come out with. And we're going to talk, especially Wanaka Farms coming out very soon, some NFT art as well. But they are going to clone the plants, as we all know, for the PVU, which means we have not reached the main sell-off point. The main sell-off point will be the day after the cloning of the plants, which I believe is December 20th. I'm not 100% sure. Check the dates just to... Obviously, also dates may change because of the fact that we know PVU always changes dates. But that means a lot of people are holding on to their plants right now that have no interest in the game. I have friends that don't even go in and harvest anymore. They're just holding right now because they're going to get those plants cloned. They're going to be sent to the PvP end for free. But what will that happen after that? December 21st, every single person that already cloned their plants is going to dump all of this because it's just simply not worth it. So combine all those 3 points, and to me, PVU is dead. PVU has no way back. If the PvP works, that's great, but that will not survive. I genuinely don't think the game will survive all the way to December. That is way too much time. Can they surprise us with an update? Sure. Have they surprised us with an update? Sure. Have the updates worked? No. Have the decisions been good? No. So if you think that it will survive 3 more months, I pray for you. I really hope that it does and that it works out for you. At this point, my advice, well, not my advice because this is not financial advice, my opinion on it, I'm already fully out. I got out once I started analyzing all of this, but it's very important for me to still keep up to date so I can bring you guys the full analysis. Is you need to make a real decision here. Do I want to hold and clone these plants? Or do I want to sell before this major sell-off? Because on December 21st, you're going to have to make a decision if the cloning of the plants was monetarily worth it to the point where you're probably going to lose another 50% value in the plants when all that influx of plants hits the market, and then all that PVU leaves the market will drop another big percentage in the PVU token. What is that difference in point where you're saying, okay, maybe I should just sell now, or maybe I should wait, clone, and then sell? Because if you do the math behind it and you can kind of estimate what you think it will drop off, how many plants are going to come in, how many people are actually going to need plants, because even less people are going to need them now that the clone phase has already been done with, you might actually be better off selling now and buying back in 2 months just for PvP than you are keeping and all the losses that you're going to have after the cloning phase. So I really tell you guys, be aware of the market, analyze these situations, and make a decision before that cloning. I think that will be a very big turning point in you guys recovering your ROI. I know it's tough to recover it anyway now with how low the prices of everything around PVU and how bad the devs have been at, I guess, making decisions on what to announce and what not to announce. But I hope this video gives you a little bit more clarity on all of that. I hope that you guys enjoyed my analysis on all different points. We went through the market, we went through the charts, the announcements, the sketchy part of the announcements as well. And now I'm going to meet you guys in the outro. So see you in a second. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. I know it was a lot of information. I tried to make the video as short as possible. I am always going to be 100% honest with you guys. I have nothing against PVU. I wanted to succeed. I'm in this for everyone, but I'm not going to hide behind the fact that I'm a content creator and I could possibly get benefits down the road if I talk them up. That's not what I'm about. I want to give you guys the real information, my real opinion, and not string people along for my own benefit. That is why this video was negativity on negativity on negativity, because that's what they gave me. So I apologize if that's not what you're looking for, but that is my straight, honest analysis on PVU, on Plants vs. Undead. The good news I have for you guys is the next video that I will have up is a whole nother game, also a farm simulator, but in my opinion, it is what PVU always wanted to be and never got to be. So I will be putting out a video on Wanaka Farms explaining all of that. Then I'll have another one explaining how you can actually join the beta. It is an open beta right now. And if you like the video, if you have comments on it, I also want to know what you guys are going to be doing if you're still in it. Are you guys going to sell off? Are you going to wait all the way to December? Are you going to clone and then sell off? I'm really curious to hear your opinions. Maybe you think I'm wrong on something. Please be open to sharing. I read all the comments, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you very soon. We're going to be back on a very nice schedule, uploads every single week, at least 2 to 3 times. I want to do 3 to 4 times possibly, but just like PVU, we never know if it's 20 or 40. We don't know if it's 2 or 4 here either. I'll try my best to get you guys all the best content. If it is your first time here, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you can. If you enjoyed only, don't hit it just to hit it. And I appreciate you guys. See you soon.